All right, welcome. This is DB Talking Now, DB Talking Birds, DB Talking Philadelphia Eagles. Today, I want to talk about camp battles because we do have training camp coming up. Some of the camp battles, position battles that I want to talk about, obviously, is let's start with the offensive line, guys. Offensive line, we have left tackle, we have Andre Dillard, we have Jordan Mailata. Obviously, Jordan Mailata made some huge progressions last year with his time on the field. Did some phenomenal things in his, in the absence of Jason Peters. So that's going to be a really good. That's going to be a really good camp battle that I'm looking forward to. That's going to be one that I'm going to keep a close eye on, and I'm hoping, honestly, in my heart of hearts, I'm hoping that Andre Dillard pulls through with the victory on this position battle, honestly, because that means that we have a first round pick that panned out. Big Play Slay, what's up, my dude? Welcome to the chat today. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I do have some bumps and bruises. I got into a bit of a scooter accident this past Monday. Mike Nixon, what's up, my man? Yo, DB, long time no see. How you been, bro? Yeah, I got a bit of a scooter accident this past Monday. Very, very painful. Little H, what's up, my man? What's up? Happy Sunday, guys. Big Play Slay says long time no see. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Long time no see. So I want to get into the position battles today. Honestly, let's start with Andre Dillard and Jordan Mailata. Yeah, I mean, obviously, as we all know, Jordan Mailata made some huge strides last year in his time with Jason Peters. With Jason Peters' absence, did some great things. I honestly believe that he can be a solid starter. Maybe even be on the verge of a potential Pro Bowler. Who knows? But the fact of the matter is that Andre Dillard has been turning some heads this year, and that is good news. DB, you and scooters. Oh, that's right. You guys know very well. You guys know very well about my last crash with the scooter. Yeah, same scooter, same motorized scooter. That tore up my hands the last time. This is the same motorized scooter that decided to tear up my face. And therefore, this is why I'm wearing a hat and glasses, and it also gave me a black eye. But you guys should have seen my face on Monday. It was not funny. It was not pretty. But yeah, no. So honestly, in my heart of hearts, just getting back to the left tackle position battle, I kind of want Andre Dillard to pull through. I kind of want Andre Dillard to pull through and win this position battle. Why? Because I want one of our first round picks over the last 5 years to pan out. I think we as fans deserve that. Through all the heartache that we've been through, even though we won a Super Bowl back in 2017, we still have been through a lot of heartache. We deserve to see one of our first round picks pan out. Please, somebody give us a side dish of first round picks panning out, please. Thank you. Big Play Slay says that Mike Nixon. Nah, I'm JK. Before you sub to this channel, he got into a scooter crash before, so it's nothing new to us. Hillary Cummings, welcome to the chat today. Mama is watching from Philly. Yes, my mom is in Philly. My mom is visiting old friends in Philly this weekend. So tell me what you guys think. One for Andre Dillard, two for Jordan Mailata. Who do you guys want to win that battle heading into camp? One for Andre Dillard, two for Jordan Mailata. Let me know. Big Play Slay says, I'm at 186 subs right now. Let's get you to 100 subs, man. Yeah, I know, man. I saw that, and that's freaking awesome. And yeah, I want to get to 100 subs. I want to get to 100 subs. An Italian sub with some pastrami. Don't forget the hot peppers. I like hot peppers. Just kidding. Mike Nixon says, by the way, DB, please don't trade for N'Keal Harry. He's another Aguilar. He can't catch a cold. Well, here's the thing. We're going to get into N'Keal Harry, and we're going to get into N'Keal Harry because I want to talk about N'Keal Harry. A reason why I want to talk about N'Keal Harry, and I have quite a few things I want to say about N'Keal Harry. One, I saw this slump from N'Keal Harry before he was drafted. Now, Patrick J, which God bless his heart, I love him to death. Love N'Keal Harry coming out of college. One, because he came from Arizona State. However, you know what I saw? I saw a guy who was slow, a guy who was great at making contested catches, but I saw a guy who was slow. I saw a JJ Arcega-Whiteside who was just a little bit better. And guess what, guys? Guess exactly what we're seeing from N'Keal Harry. A JJ Arcega-Whiteside who is just a little bit better. And he was drafted by the New England Patriots, right? I mean, if you can't elevate your game on the New England Patriots, what in the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Here's the thing. Here's what I'll say about N'Keal Harry. Here's why I will say we should trade for N'Keal Harry. Because we need somebody to push Travis Fulgham. Now, you'll probably ask me, Dylan, did you see Travis Fulgham's training video? Yeah, I did. It looks great. I'm really excited for Travis Fulgham. I was really excited for Travis Fulgham when we got the production we got from him during that 4 or 5 game stretch, and I was super stoked. And when they decided to pull him, it was when Alshon Jeffrey came back. I was super mad because I hated Alshon Jeffrey after 2017. I loved Alshon Jeffrey for 1 year. I hated Alshon Jeffrey after that. But here's the thing. We need somebody to push Travis Fulgham because Trayvon Grimes has been waived with an injury settlement, and there's nobody else on the team really with that sort of size, with that sort of prototypical physical type of wide receiver embodiment that can do that. And if we can go ahead and develop N'Keal Harry, now you look at Nick Sirianni and what he's done with previous wide receivers. Maybe he can get something out of N'Keal Harry. Maybe he can get something out of N'Keal Harry. And who knows? N'Keal Harry has done it successfully at the collegiate level. But if we can get something out of N'Keal Harry at the NFL level, at the professional level, I mean, come on now. What are you gonna give up? What are you gonna give up for N'Keal Harry? A 7th round pick, a 6th round pick. I mean, nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. But here's why I wouldn't trade for N'Keal Harry. Because of the fact that he is another JJ Arcega-Whiteside. And we're probably better off with an injured Trayvon Grimes. That's why I wouldn't trade for N'Keal Harry. So let's move to our next position battle, right? Let's stick on the offensive line. Left guard, right? So we got Isaac Samalu, or we have who? LaRaven Clark. Who's battling on the for the left guard spot? And don't forget to put your 1s and your 2s. Who do you want to win the left tackle spot? Andre Dillard or Jordan Mailata? Hillary's Coming says, yeah, go Eagles. Go Eagles. Agreed. It's never too late to say it. Never, never, never. Never, never, never. Here's the thing. I think I'm pretty sure that Isaac Samalu has left guards. Who am I most excited to watch in the preseason? Says Mike Nixon. You know, if we're talking about from the Philadelphia Eagles, I would probably say Jalen Hurts. Um, I want to see how he does. I want to see his development. I want to see how he connects with his wide receivers. Um, yeah, probably Jalen. That's about it. What about you? What about you, Mike? For Mike Nixon, a Giants fan, it is Xavier McKinney and Kadarius Toney. Yeah, I could probably agree with that. If I were a Giants fan, which will never happen, ever in a million years, it would probably be my player would probably be Kadarius Toney. Honestly, it would probably be Kadarius. He's going to be good. Kadarius Toney's going to be freaking amazing. Just that entire offense. That entire offense should do a lot better. Um, I know that Saquon still has to make a lot of hurdles and do a lot of things to come back and be complete, but he should be ready for week one. And but I mean, with Kenny Galladay, with Kadarius Toney being drafted, and all that jazz. Hopefully the continued progression of Daniel Jones, if that even exists, uh, hopefully hopefully that spells good things for the New York Giants. For your sake, Mike. For your sake. For your sake. Aziz Ujulari. Yeah, that was a great. I mean, that was a really good pickup. I mean, I think it was a kind of a underrated pickup, but I think it was a really good pickup. That was a guy that Patrick and I, Patrick J and I talked a little bit about leading into the draft that we both kind of liked that could have fallen, and so it was a good move by the Giants to go ahead and get him for sure. I think the Giants had a really good draft. I mean, I got to be completely honest with you. I mean, as much as I hate to say it, I mean, I think that they had a really, really good draft. Um, there's a couple other battles that I want to get into. I think that I have a couple worries. I have a couple worries with the battles, and I think that with the Philadelphia Eagles, and I think it's this. I We know that cornerback Darius Slay, has been trying to recruit Richard Sherman, has been trying to recruit Steven Nelson. Uh, what it seems like is it's just been a little bit of fun pitter patter, fun banter, and so much so that I'm starting to get the sense that these things are not going to happen. Kenneth Gainwell, I'm excited about as well. Kenneth Gainwell for the Eagles, I'm excited to see Kenneth Gainwell. He was my favorite running back coming out of the draft. Yeah, he was one of the guys that I was super stoked about leading into the draft. I wanted him. He was one of those players that I was just looking forward to no matter what. I did about maybe 8 to 10 mock drafts, and I had him in about 8 or 9 of them. So yeah, no, I'm really stoked to see I'm really stoked to see Kenneth Gainwell on the field as well. But getting back to, there's so much fun back and forth between Darius Slay and some of these other free agent cornerbacks like Richard Sherman or Steven Nelson that I just get the sense that it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen for the Philadelphia Eagles. And obviously, as we all know, like it gets tiring after a while. It honestly comes down to when are they going to unload Zach Ertz and get the cap room for Zach Ertz and da 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 da. But I think they're just gonna let it happen where Zeke McPherson and Avonte Maddox are going to compete for the outside spot opposite Darius Slay, and that's what it's going to be. And I think Zeke McPherson is going to win. Rookie Zeke McPherson is going to win the spot. Speaking of Zach Ertz, he will reportedly report to camp, according to Bleacher Report. So that did recently come out. And just another thing, just jumping back to N'Keal Harry real quick, according to Bleacher Report as well, the Eagles were listed as one of the teams that could possibly make a play for N'Keal Harry. So there is that. Now, would it deter the Eagles if they made a trade for N'Keal Harry? Not really. Not really. It's not a deficiency to them in any way. I mean, what are you really getting? What are you really losing by trading for a player like N'Keal Harry? Nothing, really. Especially if it's like the cost of a 6th round pick or a 7th round pick. But some of the other players that I'm interested in seeing in camp, honestly, is some of the free agents that we brought in. Anthony Harris, Eric Wilson, linebacker Eric Wilson. How are these guys going to command this defense? I mean, we've heard Jonathan Gannon talk about Eric Wilson and how important he is to the defense. Anthony Harris is obviously going to be that guy. Those guys have a familiarity with each other, just coming from the Vikings. And I think that those guys having the camaraderie that they have together is going to be huge. I mean, those are two leadership positions on a defense, the safety and middle linebacker. So if those guys can bring the production that they brought to Minnesota, and bring it over to the Philadelphia Eagles, then we could be looking at really good signings for the Philadelphia Eagles. And that's what I hope. That's what I really, really do hope. And I think another player that I'm really excited to see as well, Mike Nixon just said, I just can't wait till training camp starts 3 weeks away and the preseason, not only for my team, I like to watch the preseason of every team. Yeah, no, it's really a lot of fun to see the preseason so that you can watch every team, because you want to get a good understanding of each and every player, because you never know where those tough cuts are going to come from, right? You never know where those tough cuts are going to come from and which players are going to be available on the market when players have to do roster cuts and things like that. So that's why I like to get into it for sure. Another player that I was going to mention as well is I know that the team is high on Kevon Wallace, and they want to try and move him around. They want to try and cross train him. They have been trying to cross train Kevon Wallace at safety. So I think I'm excited to see him, see how he does in year 2 as well. I think there were so many things. I mean, it's an interesting thing because the Philadelphia Eagles have been ridiculed for their development of their players over the last regime so heavily that it's hard to really put a pulse and really kind of really kind of put your thumb down or really kind of put your hand down and or your fist down or however that saying goes and say what is what, like why did what happened to Mac Hollins? Like Mac Hollins didn't have a bad rookie year, right? Like Mac Hollins wasn't horrible his rookie year. Miles Sanders had a really good rookie year, and then kind of his receiving ability dropped off. Like in his rookie year, his receiving ability was better, and then it just dropped off the face of the planet his second year in the league, and then we saw Carson Wentz get incrementally worse. And so, and maybe Carson is not a good example because Carson is Carson. But these players, this past regime was just absolutely horrible at developing players. And so we're really going to have to see, is Jalen Reagor really a bust, or were the previous coaches just horrible at developing people, like everybody thinks, so we'll just have to see how these things pan out. Because Kevon Wallace, there was a lot of hype around Kevon Wallace when we drafted him, and I know I was really excited about Kevon Wallace, mainly because he had ties to Brian Dawkins. Brian Dawkins was his favorite player. He went to Clemson, shabby dabby da. Brian Dawkins was my favorite player. So, it is what it is. But we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see how this whole thing pans out. I think that the Eagles really did have a decent draft this year. Kenneth Gainwell, Landon Dickerson, Devontae Smith, all of these guys, Patrick Johnson, I think Jacoby Stevens, I think those are good. I think those are good, solid picks. Milton Williams, Marlon Tulupu or however you say it. I think those are good, solid picks. And I think that with the right development, these guys can make, solid contributions. Mike Nixon says, I just hope Saquon does well this year. I think he will. I think Saquon will rush for 1,500 and have 800 receiving yards, 2,300 total, and 17 total TDs. I mean, that's a Saquon type of year. That's a healthy Saquon type of year. And I think that here's the thing. It all depends on it all. I mean, it's certainly possible. I mean, Saquon's sensational. Saquon's phenomenal. Saquon is out of this world when healthy. It all depends on how Saquon looks from week 1 and if Saquon can stay healthy. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I don't see why that's impossible. I don't see why that shouldn't be a thing. So I hope that Saquon can do that. That would be like a comeback player of the year type of season. To be completely honest with you. And here's one of the things that I wanted to ask about the Eagles' offensive line as they head into training camp, with training camp only 3 weeks away. Now, our rookie offensive lineman, Jack Driscoll, showed phenomenal promise at multiple positions. should they give him a chance to compete at left guard with Isaac Samalu? Yeah, should they give him a chance to compete for the left guard spot with Isaac Samalu? I'm not saying that they will. I'm not saying that they should. I'm just asking what you guys think. Well, looks like everybody's out, but it was good to be back on here with you guys. It's DB Talking Now, DB Talking Birds, DB Talking Philadelphia Eagles. Hopefully, I'm back on with you guys tomorrow. My schedule has changed again, so probably back on probably after 6:30 Mountain Standard Time. But you guys have a beautiful rest of your Sunday evening. Stay safe, stay healthy. One love. Go Birds, baby.